Ian from RTO here. Hope you're all well on this Friday. Great night on live stream last night. We had a contest winner, Rob who does Northern Revolutions. He won the Amazon gift voucher. Well done to him. Had another visit on guests last night. We had Vinyl Dale, aka Simon, Rob Walker from Let the Music Play. Always a pleasure having Mr. Walker with us. Mastermind Dave was on as well. He was talking to everybody, which is great. And we had one of my loyal subscribers, Ralph, making a guest appearance, and it was lovely to see Ralph all the way from Italy. He's an expat living out in Italy, which was nice to see him. He had a few internet connections, but it was really good to see him on last night. So go and check that out. It was a really good show, lots of discussions and everything else. So yeah, really enjoyed last night. Okay, today being Friday is a live album ranking, and today we've got a very English rock band, one of my favourite 70s bands. That's 10cc, who were formed in 1972 in Stockport. Now, for those of you that don't know the geography of England, Stockport is just outside of Manchester. And the group initially consisted of 4 musicians: Graham Gouldman, Eric Stewart, Kevin Godley and Lowell Creme, who had been writing together since 1968. So you got the two, they had Stewart and Goldman writing together, and Godley and Creme. Graham Gouldman, of course, has wrote lots of hits for other people. They were known for their experimental side, especially Godley and Creme, and that went on when they left 10cc to do their solo stuff, which is brilliant. And we have got that coming up probably in May or June, I'm not quite sure when. So they carried on. They brought Rick Fenning on guitars, who's a brilliant guitarist. Big hits, 5 consecutive top 10 albums between 1972 and 78. 12 top 40 UK singles, including 3 number 1s: Rubber Bullets, I'm Not in Love and Dreadlock Holiday. You know, phenomenal band. And they've released 5 albums. There's only Stuart Gouldman left since 1999, but the band he put together are still touring now, and they are absolutely brilliant. Their music, it's all about the music, not who's in the band. People come and go, it's the music, and they're still playing it really well. So as I said, there's 5 live albums. So coming in number 5 is one that came out last year, and it's called The Things We Do for Love, the Ultimate Hits and Beyond. I'm not sure where it was filmed or recorded or who's in the band, but what I do know is that the first CD contains all the hits from the classic years, which is 72 to 83, Godley and Creme hits, and the unreleased track Natural Wonder from the original lineup. Now, Natural Wonder is a really good song. And then on CD too, we've got Graham Gouldman performing versions of the many hits he wrote for other artists, and then the collaboration between Graham and Kevin, and also there are 7 unreleased live tracks from 10cc in 2010. So on here we've got, starts off with the Wall Street Shuffle, great song. Art for Art's Sake comes next, like that track as well. Life is a Minestrone and Good Morning Judge, 4 great songs to start us off with. Then we get The Dean and I, Old Wild Men, Clockwork Creep, Feel the Benefit, The Things We Do for Love, Say the Word, Silly Love, Somewhere in Hollywood. Then we get the brilliant Baron Samedi, one of my favourite tracks by 10cc. Mandy, Fly Me, which is a very quirky little number from God, Lol and Creme. Lol, Creme and Kevin Godley, sorry. I'm Not in Love, the classic. Dreadlock Holiday, Ready to Go Home, and Donna, which is the the weird one, but one we love. And then it ends up with a stonking version of Rubber Bullets. It's not a bad live album. It's basically greatest hits and bits and bobs. Most enjoyable, but what definitely lets this one down is the lack of crowd participation. You wouldn't realise this was live because there's no thing. They've somehow cut out the atmosphere. That's what it's at the bottom for, because there's no atmosphere on this. The playing is fantastic, but no atmosphere. So I'll give that one an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Coming in at number 4 is a live album they released in 1993, and it's called Alive. Now, this was recorded during the band's comeback tour following the release of Meanwhile. On here we've got Eric Stewart on vocals and guitars, Graham Gouldman on vocals, we've got Rick Fenn on guitars, bass and vocals, Stuart Tosh on percussion, Steve Piggott on keyboards, Gary Wallace on drums. Opens up again with the Wall Street Shuffle, which seems to be a very favourite one for them to open with. Then we get Mandy, Fly Me. Love that song. Good Morning Judge again. Love that guitar riff in that. Welcome to Paradise, the Things We Do for Love. Then they do a Beatles song, Across the Universe. The Stars Didn't Show. Lots of these deep cut tracks. Arts for Art's Sake. Then we go into Paperback Writer. Shine a Light in the Dark. Another good track. Feel the Benefit. Dreadlock Holiday, I'm Not in Love, and then they do this little that they call the Bullets medley, which is Rubber Bullets, Silly Love, Life is a Minestrone. Then they do the classic Larry Williams, Slow Down, to end the show. Okay, my biggest issue with this album is not the musicianship, again, because it's absolutely brilliant, the songs are great, but again, the lack of crowd participation. There's a ripple of applause. I don't know if it's because it was in Japan and they're quite polite. There's no clapping, it's just, yeah, but it's just that's what lacks. So for the musicship and the great performance by 10cc, I'll give it an RTO ranking of 7.5, but nothing for the crowd. Come on, they're a great band, give them some love. Okay then, coming in number 3. This is an album released in 2008, and it is called Clever Clogs. Now, this was recorded at the Shepherd Bush Empire, and playing on this is Graham Gouldman, Mick Wilson, Rick Fenn, Paul Burgess on the drums, and Mike Stevens on keyboards and saxophone and guitars. So the set for this one, oh, and we have a guest appearance of a certain Kevin Godley on Old Wild Men, Beautiful Loser, and he plays percussion on Rubber Bullets. There you go. And Jess Bailey does some piano playing as well. The album was what was it saying about it? It was album released by the touring band led by Graham Gouldman, and it has, let's find the tracks, here we are. Again, opens up with Wall Street Shuffle, The Things We Do for Love, Good Morning Judge, Mandy, I Fly Me, Life is a Minestrone, For Art's Sake. Now, what an opening few songs for a concert, all brilliant. And then we go into some of Graham Gouldman's other stuff, Bus Stop, which he wrote for the Hollies. It's a great song. No Milk Today, which was Herman and the Hermits, I believe. Then we get For Your Love, which is brilliant. Then we have Old Wild Men, and Kevin comes out for that, and that's brilliant. Silly Love, brilliant. Donna is always great. The Dean and I love that track. That's a Godly and Creme track. I'm Not in Love, Dreadlock Holiday, Ready to Go Home, and Rubber Bullets. This is a good album. I love this album because it's got some of Goulburn's other stuff on it as well again, and the appearance of Kevon coming out, which is brilliant, and the crowd really appreciated it, and there's a lot of atmosphere because it's done in Britain and it's a British crowd who really love this band. There are lots of fans of this band, and I enjoy playing this one. Even though it's not the original lineup, it's still a fantastic album. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay then, coming in at number 2. Now this was released in 1977. It's the first live album they put out, and it's called Live and Let Live. And it was recorded at the Manchester Apollo between the 16th and 17th of June of 1977. So on here we've got that great lineup. Eric Stewart on lead vocals, guitar and piano. Graham Gouldman on lead vocals. Rick Fenn, who's been a part of the band for a little while. Paul Burgess and Stuart Tosh. So it's a good lineup. First track on here is The Second Sitting for the Last Supper, which is an absolutely brilliant track. Real deep cut track. Great track to open up. You've Got a Cold, which I've always liked. Honeymoon with B Troop. Art for Art's Sake, great version on here. People in Love. The Wall Street Shuffle. Ships Don't Disappear into the Night, Do They? Another great deep cut track. I'm Mandy, Fly Me. Marriage Bureau, Rendezvous. Good Morning Judge, classic. Feel the Benefit, The Thing We Do for Love. Waterfall. I'm Not in Love, and Modern Man Blues to end the night. Really good at performance. Again, a great album. Another lineup, but still the quality's there. And I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.3. So my number 1 album, and it's the first time I've done one of their albums. It's the company King Biscuit Flower Hour, and this one presents 10cc. Now this came out in 1995, but this was actually recorded in 1975 at the Santa Monica Civic Center on the 11th of November. So here we have the classic and the original lineup of Graham Gouldman on vocals and bass, Kevin Godley on drums, Graham Gouldman, I've mentioned him, Lol Creme on guitar and vocals, Eric Stewart on guitars. You get this little intro, and then he goes into Silly Love, which is amazing. And then the best version of Baron Samedi I've got, it's the definitive version, a stonking version of Old Wild Men. Then we get the Sarko Iliac, short little brilliant piece, Somewhere in Hollywood's on here, which is a brilliant version. Donna, brilliant. Then we get the Ships That Don't Disappear in the Night, Do They? Which is a brilliant song live. Then the Worst Band in the World, which is one of them catchy songs that Graham and Lowell wrote. It's taking the mickey out of themselves. It's a brilliant track. Wall Street Shuffle, and then this sort of improv go on for ages version of Rubber Bullets. It's absolutely amazing. It goes on for about 11 minutes, and it's a great way to end the show. This is a brilliant live album. It, I will say this captures 10cc live at its best and at their peak. It's the classic lineup as well, and a lot of these songs when they play them live are really heavy. They're heavier than on the studio. It's not a bad recording either for 1975. I really love this album, and it's the only one that's released with that lineup, so it's a very special album to me. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.5. So there we go, a little bit of 10cc for you. Go and check it out. I'll be back later with a new album review, and this week it's The Sundowners by the Northern Ireland band from where Dave lives in Ireland. They're around that area, and that is The Answer. So Cormac, the lead singer, is actually from Newcastle, where Dave is, in County Down. So I'm looking forward to that one. So I will see you later. Bye for now.